Hey guys, Chakras or Kayle here for yet another episode of the In-Depth League Matchups, and today I'll be giving some tips on how to deal with Orianna. Now, Ori is seen by many players as a good way of zoning out and stopping Kayle in the laning phase, so I hope my tips can help you improve this matchup and beat Orianna's. So, as always, if you want to choose what's next for matchups, you can vote on the poll in the description. Right now, you can choose between Yasuo, LeBlanc, Ahri, and Katarina, so make sure to vote. So, onto the matchup itself, I consider this probably a 6 out of 10. Some people say it's a hard matchup, but I've played versus Orianna so many times that I rarely really lose versus her. It's really about understanding power spikes. So, level 1 you want to play super aggressively and understand what skill she went for first. So if she went for ball first, when you start trading, she'll try to move the ball. And this is good for you because you can now try to hit level 2 first, and then try to burst her down level 2 and try to gain an advantage in lane. If she started shield, however, she'll shield herself when you start trading with her, and she'll try to trade with you with auto attacks and her shield to win the trades early game. So if she does this, what you can do is, if you know the cooldown on the shield, which is 9 seconds, and if you know that her shield lasts for 4 seconds, you can become better at harassing her and trading with her by knowing when her shield is going to be up or not. Here in this case, she started shield. She kind of misused shield, so level 2, I just pushed her in and made her lose a lot of CS because Orianna with shield is not going to last it as well as Orianna with ball. So if she takes ball level 1, you get level 2 and try to kill her, or try to bring her down in HP. If she starts with shield, push her in, make her lose CS. By level 3, you'll start noticing that she starts out trading you, and that's just how the matchup goes. So what you have to do is you need to focus on short trades. In a prolonged fight, she'll win because of her constant ball moving and because of her auto attacks, which really hurt. Her passive really makes her auto attacks hurt, so you have to be careful with that. So you have to Q her whenever she doesn't have the ball on herself or whenever her shield just came down. So this way you'll get better harass on her, and your harassing should be mainly Q and 1 or 2 auto attacks with E, or just E if you don't want to spend too much mana. So there are 2 ways of playing this matchup, and I mostly choose depending on my jungler and the enemy jungler. So let's say I have a Pantheon and the enemy has someone like a Sin or a Kha'Zix. Trades on mid lane, 2v2 skirmishes are going to happen. So in this case, I like to take my AP coins. However, in this case, I have Gangplank jungle. Now, Gangplank jungle is not a good duelist, not a good early game jungler at all. So I know I'm not going to have many ganks, and on the other side I have Sin. So what I decided to do was to take movement speed quints. And in general, for the Orianna matchup, movement speed quints are a really strong choice because they allow you to move around and to avoid the enemy harassed by Orianna. It also allows you to go in, get a few E auto attacks, and move out before getting harassed back. So movement speed quints are a very good strategy versus Orianna. I take them very often, and I'm often very successful with it. Now for some other tips, pick up 2 Doran's rings and a lot of potions because sustain is very important versus Orianna. And as I said before, remember how much her shield lasts. It lasts for 4 seconds, so if you can attack her when her shield is down, you'll start winning trades. Now, the other thing you can do, and if you're playing versus Orianna and you feel she's dominating the matchup, pushing you in instead of the other way around. If you're pushing her down to her turret, it's good, but you'll have the problem with the jungler that he can come and gank you. If she's pushing you in, you should try to get more than 1 point in E. So usually you want to max Q on Kayle, but if you're having trouble and if you want to push more, and especially if you're using movement speed quints, you'll have less power on your E. I usually get 2 or 3 points in my E before maxing out Q and then maxing out either E or W. So what this allows me to do is to push my lane, keep it constantly pushed, and that means I lose less CS, and that means I scale onto late game better. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth lane matchup for Kayle. So this was shorter today because I don't have much time this weekend, but I'll try to bring more videos soon. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy the tips and enjoy the gameplay in the background of me completely destroying this Orianna. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video, and I'll see you guys in the Rift. Chakra signing out.